Today we're going a little off script and doing something that I did at a shindig I had with friends, and we're going to double carafe this Morgon. Well, I want to bring it up in temperature and get it ideally aerated. So we have a Morgon appellation, Côte du Puy, vieilles, product of France, red wine, of course. It's a Beaujolais, so it's a gamay variety, 2022 vintage. You know, fairly straightforward. I really like Beaujolais because they are very easy to drink. They are very straightforward, not complex. Some subtleties in the wines, quite fine. Not fine, fin, as in fin in French. What am I saying? So, yeah, ideally served 15 degrees. Anyways, I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I really want to taste this wine because last time I had it and I reviewed it, there was somebody cooking and it kind of knocked it out. So ça a faussé les résultats, so it wasn't accurate, right? My taste testing wasn't accurate. There was active cooking, onions, garlic. So now that I've rambled on for about 2 minutes, I want to present this Morgon-côte du Puy 2022 vintage. It's a vieilles vignes, Morgon appellation, so it's a Beaujolais, it's gamay. It's gonna taste like raisins. I'm going to do something very atypical that I would recommend with lots of Beaujolais, lots of really young wines, and that's going to be a double carafe, meaning that it's going to ideally aerate the wine and should be tasty and ready to be enjoyed. I got started my sommelier apprenticeship. I started it with Beaujolais because they are very affordable wines for how tasty they are. I will, however, get just one sip, right? I'm gonna let that sit, and we're going to see if, oh, actually we don't need that yet. Kind of ruined the surprise. If the double carafe really does make a difference. So in this first one, of course, I'm just pouring it into the recipient here present, and really it's going to aerate the wine in such manner. Oh, let's get rid of all of this. So we have here the wine, of course. Bam bam, that we don't need. These two we don't need anymore. Now the secrets, giving it one quick spin, right? We're gonna bring this up to ideal drinking temperature. This is an experience that I wanted to record because it is a very affordable wine. This is, I think, an 11 euro bottle of wine, and it's an appellation that I did not got to fully enjoy last time, so I'm going to redo it all over again in a very scientific way. All right. So now that the contents have been poured back into the original bottle, so that really stirred up the wine. That really woke it up, right? Even the first pour. We're going to go for a second pour. I saw a video once of somebody blending wine in a literal blender. I would be very hesitant to do that because the blades, the spinning will create friction, thus heating the wine in a very concentrated area. So it can have, it can be a double-edged sword. And I just wouldn't want to go through that ordeal and possibly ruin the wine. Like I said, this is a very affordable bottle. It's a Beaujolais Gamay variety 2022 vintage Morgan. I will first try this one. See a very vivid, intense robe. The disc, it's got this silverish hue to it. Got a very intense blood ruby, blood diamond color to it. It's very fresh, like I said. It is still, I'm thinking it's somewhere in the 8, maybe 6. Yeah, anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees, whereas the ideal serving temperature is 15. So that whole juggling of the wine, that's what that was for, to bring it up a couple of degrees. Because it is very fresh, it is still dormant, it is tricky for me to analyze this wine this fresh. Okay. Not getting a whole lot on the nose. It is very dormant. First taste test. Very bright, vibrant, very bright, very fresh, crisp, dry, unmatured cherries, astringent raspberries. I can feel it inside my gums, the bottom, on the inside of the bottom jaw, between the cheek gums, right underneath the tongue. I feel it drying up. The tannins are sticking to the fatty part of my mouth. All those areas, they're being dried up by the wine. Very tasty. Wow. That was a fresh glass of wine, right? That I got out the cupboard and cleaned it. I do, however, have last bottles wine with the residual wine in there. I am going to try it double-carafed and see. Respect for the bottle. Now that it's been double-carafed, let's see. It is less fresh. Yep. I'd say just a couple of degrees, right? The fact of taking it out of a really cold, fresh container to a room temperature one, double-carafing it. Oh. A little bit of mildew. Wood. It's very woody. That's the beauty about this experiences. It's an art form. It's not a science. And the objective is to learn and try new wines. It reminds me of a fresh Halloween mask. If you've ever dressed up in Halloween and you've put on a plastic mask, that's what I'm getting. Not in a bad way, in a totally pleasant way. Childhood memories are coming up. I used to have this scream mask that you'd have a hand pump and blood would drip, and it was so cool. That's what this wine reminds me of. All right. Taste test. Matured red berries, forest berries. May have been that my mouth is already used to. It's already been coated from the previous taste, and now there's a less dry effect. It's less astringent. It's got warmer tones to it, like warmer red fruits. Kind of like a red apple peel. I have to. I want to do another one. Oh, actually, it's so cool. Very mild wine in the best way possible. This is great for an aperitif, something to get the evening started. You could serve this. Yeah, I'd even go, a degree colder, fresher than what it's recommended. I'd probably go no, a degree warmer. I'd go 16. I'd go 16 degrees. 14 to 16 does it even matter? I'd serve it, yeah, fresh, but not too much so that the wine is dormant, the aromas, the bouquet are dormant, and I'd serve it over the aperitif with maybe some light, saucy canapes. Nothing too salty, nothing too greasy, nothing too bittery. Like a sun-dried tomato canapé, bacon wrapped dates. That's what I. That's why I mentioned it. Degustation and pairing is an art form. It is based on my experience from all the aperitifs and food that I have had that I'm able to then convey how I would pair this wine, and I would definitely. I'm processing like all that. I'm thinking very casual, very friendly. This is a wine that you bring from your cellar, take it out your fridge or your service wine fridge, and you're ready to go. This is like family drops by unannounced, a friend comes knocking at the door and they want to talk to you, they have good news, but nothing too fancy. You come home you come home from a hard day of work and you want to open a bottle without fearing that it's going to ruin maybe a future special occasion. That's why I love Beaujolais. That's why I love gamay variety. They're so easy to drink, very comprehensive, straightforward, and accessible. These wines, good Beaujolais, you're ranging anything from 7 to 15. I'd say that's a wide margin for good Beaujolais. I have bought €8 bottles of Beaujolais that have been fantastic. Brouilly, Moulin Avant, this Morgon falls right in between. 11 and change. If not, 11 on the dot. You have your Saint-Amour, you have your Brouilly, you have your Moulin à Vin, you have your Morgons, and so many others. This is an excellent wine. The double carafe definitely helped. You want to wake this wine up, double carafe it. Once is fine. It is a very young wine that can take that abuse, whereas say Bordeaux or really old, like decennie old wines, you want to take it easy on them. You want to carafe them slowly, if you even carafe them at all. Young wines, they can take it. I heard the echo of my voice reverberating off the wine glasses. Splendid. Without wanting to blabber further on, thank you for watching. See you on the next degustation, and stay thirsty, my friends. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment if you have had this Morgon and how did you pair it with what you paired it, if you paired it at all, or if you had it straightforward out the bottle, corked it, served it, enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Peace, love, wine.